Colour. It is the thing that we see everywhere, from nature to synthetically produced colours. When it comes to building a brand, a lot of people do tend to struggle with choosing the colours, deciding which colours to go for their brand. In today's video, I'm going to try and break it down for you how you can choose colours for your brand, how to build a brand palette, trying to make it as simple as possible. I want to play a little game with you. I'm going to show you 6 different brand colours from brands from across the world. I want you to see if you can get the colours right, okay? So I'm going to show you the colours. I want to see if you can get which one it is. Brand number 1. Brand number 2. Brand number 3. Brand number 4. Brand number 5. And finally, brand number 6. If you think you got them right, put them in the comments below, let me know. Let's break down which ones they were. So number 1 was Amazon. Number 2 was Tiffany & Co. Number 3 was IKEA. Number 4, Domino's Pizza. Number 5 was Subway. And number 6, Spotify. Did you get them? If you did, let me know in the comments how many you got. And whilst you're down there, please consider subscribing, as that would help me grow my brand. When it comes to colours, there's actually a psychology behind the colour people choose, and let's look at 9 different colours, what they mean and what they symbolise. Firstly, we've got black. My favourite colour, if you can't tell, I always wear black. I try and incorporate it into my brands, like my branded water bottle and stuff is all black. My house is pretty grey and dark, but yeah. Black emphasises power, sophistication, mystery and death. Plus I just think, I personally think it's a really, really nice colour. It's all subjective as well. White simplifies hope, simplicity, cleanliness, goodness, purity. I like white, I think it's good for certain things, but most of my stuff is black, dark themed. Let's go with the sophistication for the black. Third colour is red. Red symbolises love, passion, romance, danger and energy. Fast food restaurants tend to use red, so McDonald's, KFC, Domino's, as you saw, tend to have red in them, and I'm not 100% sure, I think it's to invoke energy and eat quickly. Yellow symbolises intellect, friendliness, warmth, caution and cowardice. I'm not sure why it does cowardice, but yeah, I kind of do agree with that. Blue is peace, sincerity, confidence, integrity and tranquility. You'll see a lot of blue in tech companies and money banking companies, so you look at places like Coinbase, any of the UK banks, so Nationwide, Barclays. A lot of banks tend to use the colour blue because I think it does show that confidence and integrity, which I think they're trying to get across. On to the next one. Grey shows authority, maturity, security and stability, which yeah, I would totally agree with that. Green shows life, growth, nature, money, freshness. So because of cultural changes, a lot of companies are doing more ethical and green, pushing more ethical and green messages, so you'll see a lot more green in companies' messages nowadays. On to orange. Orange evokes innovation, creativity, thinking and ideas, so it's a very thought processy colour. I'm not 100% sure I would agree with that. I would say orange, for me, evokes warmth, coziness and that fire, which is why the reason the Beloit colour is sort of orangey red is a hybrid between the two. And then finally onto purple. Purple used to be one of my favourite colours, and yeah, it symbolises royalty, luxury, wisdom and dignity. So a lot of higher end brands will tend to use the colour purple. I think for me, what I've been noticing is that purple is a colour that is sort of declining in popularity. I'm not 100% sure why. You just don't see it with as many brands nowadays. Trends, stuff like that, not 100% sure why. 9 different colours that we've broken down for you, and think about this when you're choosing colours for your brand. Think about, what do you want it to mean? Do you want to be showing for nature and life and energy? And have a look and sort of decide for you. Maybe make a little brainstorm, write some ideas down, and just sort of work through it. So one really good way to choose colours for your brand and to sort of do the research, I would say, is to have a look at a website called Unsplash. This is where you can sort of search for images. So say you've done your research in terms of the psychology of the colour, you can then look onto Unsplash and see some really good images. I mean, you can just go on a Google image search, but I find the colours look really nice on Unsplash. So say I was going to build a candle brand, shock, fire. Let me have a look at fire. So we scroll down, so we can see there that there is a really sort of nice colour palette of fire, essentially. So we can go up to here, we can go colour picker from page, and we can see the different colours within there. So they've got like a really nice reddy, orangey colour just about there. And now we've pulled that colour. This tool is a colour picker tool by it's a Google Chrome extension. I highly recommend you check it out. I will link it below if you want to go find it. There's loads out there, so don't feel like you have to use this one. But such a good tool. So say I had a bakery. So I had a bakery brand. So bakeries tend to be all grey, so it's got that nice contrast against the bread and stuff. So maybe I want to do like a nice grey of the colour. Bakery's probably not the best example, right? I'll tell you what, let's do an outdoorsy brand. So mountain, that is not how you spell mountain. Mountains. So maybe I want to use the colour palette from that. It's nice and light. It's shows the kind of different contrast between the greens, blues, and different nature. That one's a really nice one actually. So we could go for like a nice blue. That's copied to the clipboard. I tend to use Photoshop for this, so you can use places like Canva. I will link a video up here that shows how I made a brand using Canva. So yeah, go and check it out. But say I wanted to do a Command V. So we're just simply building out colours, and this is just ideas. This could develop and grow into something different. I really like that water, like the deep blue. Yeah. Okay, so we've got that colour. Command J, move it along. We can go paste. So then we've got two colours now. I would say when you're looking for colours, try and go for about 3 or 4 colours as your primary, and then have either a black, white or grey as a colour to sort of counteract the other colours. So if you look at a website, so let me show you the Beloit website, this will give you an example of it. So our main colour is Beloit orange. We've got a secondary colour which is the dark grey, bluey purple kind of colour, and then you can see from the website that we've gone for a white background because it just has a nice contrast. Another example is my creative agency. So within this one, it's completely white. The primary colour is dark grey with the secondary colour being yellow. So you can see throughout that there's slight tinges of yellow. If we go into different areas, again the yellow's there, and then it kind of fades off. When there's a link, there's a yellow, but there's not a lot of yellow within it. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're choosing colours for your brand. I'm going to go for like a nice warm grey, I think, for the last colour. I lost it. Let's choose that colour. Pinky blue. So again, just literally have a play about with this. Don't feel like you have to do a certain colour, or just because your industry is within a certain colour, you can do whatever you want. Like I said earlier that the primary colour for banking and stuff is blue, but then you've got banks that are coming out like Monzo and Starling that are doing multicoloured and then purple. So again, there's a brand that's purple in an age that doesn't necessarily show purple a lot. So yeah, just make it you, really. That's what I would say, is make it you. Don't feel like you have to conform to certain brands. Don't feel like you have to conform to a certain colour. I'm not sure if I like that one. Maybe make it a little bit lighter. So I've kind of got 3 colours that I like as an outdoorsy sort of brand, and now you can see how I could make the logo out of that dark blue whilst incorporating some of that, which would be, I don't know, I'm kind of envisaging like a mounting maybe sort of thing. So it's completely up to you, but you need to decide how you sort of all see it coming together. So colors are only one tiny part of brand, quite an important part, but they are only one tiny part. So you need to build this whole cohesive brand, which up here I've linked a video to how I build brand guidelines and how you can do it for your business. So hopefully you'll find that useful. It's blowing up quite dramatically on YouTube, so thank you YouTube for the algorithm, but if you could go and watch it, that would mean so much. And whilst you're there, please consider subscribing or liking this video, because it does help me grow my brand and I appreciate you. Let's get back onto colors. So some really good examples of brand colors. If you have a look at Pinterest and then go onto brand colors, so you can see that certain people go for the very pastely simple colors. I prefer to have strong, bold, dark colors along with a tinge of bright colors. So like you saw in the at live example, strong grey, dark grey with a tinge of yellow. I've also done it for the studio, so the writing's in grey and then the little yellow strip just adds that nice sort of divider to it. So again, it's completely up to you with what you want to do. This is your brand, you need to build it how you like. So don't feel like you need to go and do pastely colours just because that's kind of what's hot at the moment. Do whatever you want. Like, there's a really nice example of a coffee brand that's gone for very bright yellow. It feels like they've stolen my yellow, but that's fine. And you can see like they've got the primary yellow with the grey. I mean, this feels really like at live. I don't know whose it is, but I do like it. It looks good. And again, just look for examples. Look for different ideas. Like, don't make your brand so there's a nice one. So this is a brand that's, again, use Pinterest. Like, you go and have a look at ideas. Like, fill your brain with different ideas. Don't get overwhelmed because that's just good for no one. But go and have a look so you can see that these two colours are blue and yellow. Really nice, quite contrasty colours, I would say, but they do work. It does work. And that's for a bakery. So I would have never probably have gone for that colour for a bakery personally, but I do think it looks quite nice. There you go. There's another nice one of green and orange, the old elephant house. Really nice, simple branding of, yeah, green and orange and grey. So they've chosen those three colours. They've made it work. They know the right split of the different colours within the brand. So it's not, I wouldn't even say it's like primarily orange or primarily green. I'd say it's like a mixture of both. Green is probably the primary colour, to be honest. So I'd say, yeah, they're using, yeah. So use Pinterest, use Unsplash, use the tools at your disposal and do your research, make documents, make PDFs and build a little mood board. Get your feelings out there onto paper or digitally, however you feel easiest. And then what you want to do is to break down the colours into a percentage. So say these are going to be my three colours. I want the blue, the primary blue, to be about 40%. So if we go to new guide layout and then we'll do number of thingies is 10. So then what we can do is, so 40% is 4 squares. With the other two colours, I would say you want to do either 30 or about 20 of each. So 20%, I'm going to probably say 10% of that one, and then keep the rest white. So this is essentially the brand colours. If I take those off, new guide layout, 0, okay. So that's, there is the brand colours for my new outdoorsy brand that I'm going to choose. You see I've got 40% light blue, 20% dark blue. No, I don't want to do it 3D. No. Nope. That's annoying, isn't it? Go away. Okay, 20% dark blue, and then 10% is going to be that light brown pastel-y colour. That's my outdoorsy brand. And then I'm trying to do the maths. 20%, 30%, sorry, is, yeah, 40%, 20%, 30% is going to be white. I've done it wrong, so it looks like there's more white. Easy to rectify. But yeah, don't get caught up by it. That's what a lot of people do. They tend to panic and worry and think, oh, this has got to be perfect. But have a play, make some mocks, do that 80-20 principle where you spend 80% of your time and energy and effort on getting 20% of your results. So don't go out there and build a brand just because you like the colors initially. Start with the mocks, start with designing, and then build it up from there and see if you actually like it. Like, do this, keep it, save it, and then go back to it in a week and see if you still like it, because I guarantee you that you might do this, love it for the first hour, and then go back to it even a day later and you're like, that has a bunch of... So yeah, keep in mind that you might change it, but it develops, so don't feel stuck. I hope you have found this video useful all on colours and the beautiful, beautiful world that we live in, and the way that we can sort of build our brands based on how we feel like we want to. A fantastic book on colours is called What is Colour? This was recommended by Andrew Huberman from the Huberman Lab podcast, and it talks about how, from a design perspective, like how we see colour, how we conceptualize colour, how different people see different colours. So obviously there's colourblind people, but then there's that blue dress, I'm not sure if you remember it, but it was where some people saw it blue and black and then other people saw it white and gold. It simply has to do with the cones in our eye and how we perceive colour. So highly recommend this book if you are looking to build a brand and develop your colour palette. I want to say thank you so much for watching, and thank you for getting this far. Please consider subscribing to help me grow my brand. At the moment I'm on 464 subscribers, so if you help me and grow that, I appreciate you. You can check out what I'm at now. I might have lost some subscribers, but if you help me, I love you forever. Thank you, keep building your brand. Good.